Susato. Ah, you gonna fucking... That was a very enjoyable evening, wasn't it?
Oh yes, Iris's cooking was truly divine.
And I feel as though I can still hear the enchanting strains of Mr. Sholmes' violin even now.
Best of all, I bet I could steal the glasses from his lordship's face next time we're in court.
Don't.
Naruhodo-san, could I consult with you about something, I wonder?
What's the matter, Susato-san?
It's about the telegram I received.
Oh yeah? Wow, I completely forgot about it. The one that arrived first thing this morning, I suppose.
I've been summoned.
You're going back to Japan? What? Summoned? What do you mean?
The telegram was from the Lord Chief Justice's office. Lord Stronghead had asked to see me.
Oh, okay. I thought you were summoned to go back to Japan, but also, why you? The Lord Chief Justice. When?
Tomorrow morning.
Why just you? What? Then we have to start preparing at once.
No. That won't be necessary, Naruhodo-san. I've been summoned alone.
Alone? What on earth for?
I have no idea. I suppose I shall find out tomorrow.
We can't let you go by yourself! What's all this about? Whatever it is, it's making me feel very uneasy. No, you can't go by yourself! What? Shut up! Oh, who could that be, I wonder?
Good evening, friends!
Iris, hello again. Oh, Gina.
And Gina too!
I didn't realize she was still here.
Yes, Ginny's gonna stay with us tonight. She's gonna sleep in with me.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that right, Ginny?
Well,
Yeah. How lovely. Let me make a pot of tea. You know, I've learned so much today. Oh, what in particular? All those things Ginny showed us. Wasn't it wonderful?
You mean all those pickpocketing techniques? We had fun trying them out on each other, didn't we?
I think I've awakened a natural talent. I could earn a living from it.
You might be getting ahead of yourself a little there. So, what brings you up to our humble quarters at this late hour?
Well, you see, I came to return this.
Wait, what? That's mine!
Oh my! However did you... I told you, didn't I? I have a natural talent for it.
Oh yes, I'd forgotten. Iris literally is a child genius.
So anyway, here, you can have it back. Not that I really understand why you wear it though.
Thank you.
Alright then, good night.
Yes, good night.
So this is your office, is it? What do you think, Ginny?
I think I wouldn't fancy me chances with a lawyer what lives in a place like this.
Yes, me too.
What? It seems as though Iris here still has something she'd like to talk about.
I suppose. She probably wants to talk about the manuscript.
Yes, I suppose she probably does.
Iris, I suppose you're hoping to talk about the manuscript, aren't you? Aren't you going to tell me? I'm so sorry. I need a little more time. Please.
Why do you need... Why? Why do you need to talk... What?
Alright, I understand. I hope I haven't made you feel awkward. Oh no, not at all, Iris. Not at all. I don't know what this is all about really, but... It's a story you made up, is it, Iris? This mental script or whatever you call it? It's not exactly a story I made up. It's something I read in Daddy's diaries.
Daddy's?
That's right. I don't suppose I mentioned it to you before, Ginny, but my daddy was Hurley's assistant once. His partner. They solved all sorts of strange and mysterious cases together.
Is that right, mister? You're asking me? Why are you looking at me? Apparently so. I was as surprised as you are, though.
And Daddy wrote all the details of every single case down, you see, in his diary. So I study them and write my stories based on what actually happened.
So, where's your old man now, then? He's dead, but I don't think she knows that yet.
He had to go away on urgent business to a faraway land, and he'll be gone for a very long time. So, I've never really met him.
What a dick. Why would he leave when his daughter was still like a baby? Oh, right. Come to think of it. I don't know anything about Gina's parents either. Perhaps you should ask her. Iris, this Hound of the Baskervilles story. I take it it's another tale inspired by your father's accounts?
That's right. I thought it was fascinating. But it's different somehow. From the other cases, I mean.
Oh? How?
I don't really know, but it must be special in some way. Because after I'd written it, I showed the manuscript to Hurley. He turned as white as a sheet. It was the first time I'd ever seen him like that.
It pains me to say this after you've toiled over it for so long, Iris. But the story must not be published at this time, under any circumstances.
Yeah? Well, why not? It's one of my best works.
I'm not at liberty to say. Not now. So please, do not ask me.
What is it? God dang. Alright then, I won't.
But I do solemnly swear that I will explain everything one day, Iris. When the time is right. Oof, I'd be so fucking annoyed if that happened to me. And that's how the manuscript came to be with Mr. Windibanks, isn't it?
Yes. Hurley said it had to be somewhere very safe. That really gets my goat, that does. It's treating you like a child. It's mean, that's what it is. Keeping secrets like that.
Well, I mean, she is a child. She's like 10. I'm sure Mrs. Sholmes isn't trying to be mean.
Eh?
If he said he wasn't at liberty to talk about it, I'm sure there must have been a very good reason.
I think so too. You lot are too trusting for your own good. But I can't pull the wool over my eyes. Sholmes is lying to Iris. I bet my life on it.
What?
Hurley's lying to me?
Don't be rude. Don't you fucking slander the man's character. What do I do here? I have to examine, I guess. Where is she? I've realized that I don't know anything about your parents, Gina.
I ain't got any, have I?
Never did have.
Oh.
Look, the East End's full of orphans like me. No one wants nothing to do with us. From the minute we're born. Not even our moms. But we all stick together. The older ones look after the little ones and make sure they get by.
So that's why you're a pickpocket.
Nah, diving's my life. I love it. I get a kick out of it every time I lift some pompous idiot's purse. And that's how we all afford to eat. I'm like Robin Hood, ain't it? And that's how I see it.
Oh, Gina.
I do think about it sometimes. What it'd be like to have parents, I mean. I always thought it'd make everything right. But I haven't listened to what Iris just said. Sounds like having parents ain't always easy either.
Oh!
I mean, if you know you've never had them, you don't feel like you're always wanting to meet them.
is true. I do want to see Daddy so much.
Oh, you're not gonna be able to see him, buddy!
Oh, Iris.
Oh, damn it. Gina, what did you mean when you said you know that Mr. Sholmes is lying to Iris?
Well, he reckons he popped that manuscript or whatever, right?
But come on, that's obviously a load of rubbish.
Oh my! Why would you think that, Gina?
Simple. If that story was really an old Windy Bank storeroom, there's no way someone from halfway around the world, in other words, you, could know about it. Sorry, Iris, but if you ask me, he sold it without telling you.
But Hurley would never do something like that. I'm sure of it.
Ha! Grown-ups do a lot worse than that, believe me. Bare-faced liars, the lot of them. You just ain't realized it yet. You're so rude. He was the one who asked you to come to dinner. You're gonna fucking be so rude. Talking to a 10-year-old like that. I'm telling ya, that mental script ain't that Windy Banks. You'd soon seen it if you had the look. Even if you think you can trust him, I don't. That Sholmes is a liar like the rest of them.
If I'm honest, I have wondered if Hurley's telling me the truth sometimes.
See?
But I don't mean that I think he stole it. I mean that I sometimes wonder if he might have hidden my manuscript somewhere. Somewhere I don't know. Even though it's wrong of me to doubt him.
Don't be too hard on yourself, Iris.
Oh my goodness! Look at the time! Come along, Ginny. We should go back downstairs.
Yeah, alright.
And please, don't mention any of this to Hurley, would you?
No, of course not. Good night then, Iris. Good night, Gina.
You must let me make breakfast for you tomorrow morning. I insist. Oh, yes, please. I can't wait, Susie. Good night then.
God, I just want to know everything. Iris, it sure is easy to forget, isn't it? Sometimes she speaks just like an adult. But deep down, she's still just a child.
Well, I think it's time that I turned in for the night too. Naruhodo-san?
Dr. John H. Wilson, Iris' father, but also the name of the murdered visiting professor at Yume University. It can't be a mere coincidence. There's something deeper going on. I want to know what it is. Mr. Naruhodo. Mr. Naruhodo, who's this? Is this Susato? That voice. That's Mr. Sholmes. Oh, what? That's not Susato. What? Hello? What's going on? It's the middle of the night. Has he come here for a little goodnight kiss? It's Miss Lestrade. She's gone. Gina? She was supposed to be sleeping in Iris' room, but her bed is empty. Well, she's an independent young woman. She probably decided to go home, no? I think not. From speaking to her before she retired, I received a distinct impression that she was looking forward to breakfasting with Miss Susato. No, I don't believe that girl has gone home, but I've been waiting for over an hour now. Over an hour? Oh. If you'll indulge me. Look out of the window, my dear fellow. Our window? What's this about? Oh my god, it's so blue out there. Is she in the fucking shop? Oh no! Did she break in? Wait a minute. Why is there a light on at this time of night? Gina! That's Mr. Windibank's pawnbrokery. Mr. Windibank's? Oh no. It's simple. That story was really an old Windibank storeroom. There's no way someone from halfway around the world, in other words, you, could know about it. Sorry, Iris, but if you ask me, he sold it without telling you. Oh my god, Gina, you buffoon! Could Gina have gone? It seems you have some knowledge of the situation, Mr. Naruhodo. Sorry? No, not really. Well, anyway, we must investigate. At once. Who's that? Who said that? Oh, Susato. What? Mr. Sato. Well, he's hoping she doesn't turn up dead, but I get the feeling she's gonna be complicit. She's gonna be accused of murder or something. Fucking idiot. The door to Winterbanks. It's open.
And the lamp is burning.
It must be Gina, mustn't it? Let us hope it's nothing more sinister. What? Come, there's not a moment to lose. Clearly something is afoot inside. Oh boy, what have you done? The calendar has blood on it. There's no one here. Oh yes, there is. Mr. Sholmes! Mr. Sholmes! Did he get shot? What the? Has Sholmes been shot? Leave me, Mr. Naruhodo. After them, go! Right! You can't shoot him, that's illegal! Bless! I've lost him! Hello, what have we here? Someone on their beat? The alarm was just raised for this pawnbroker, sir. Would you know something about that? Officer, come with me! It's my friend, Mr. Sholmes! He's been shot! Shot! With the policeman close behind me, I ran back to Winterbanks. He's not dead! He's not dead! Oh, he's not dead! Save him! Save him! Save him! He can't die! Where was he shot? What? Was he shot? We gotta call the fucking whatever the ambulance here! Ah, of course he was shot! God damn it! Oh, Gina, where are you? Who are those two people that broke in here? Ah! No! How long have we been going? That was a shorter session. We're going! We gotta go! We gotta go! We gotta go! We gotta figure it out! There's two weird shadows. Ah! I'll be alright, Mr. Naruhodo. After them, go! Oh, fuck that doll. Why is it sitting there? Behind that door in the storeroom. Hurry! Go, 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 go. Ah, you can't open the door though. Stick your hand in there. It's Gina! Oh god, she's gonna be accused of murder. We're gonna find out it's the two shadows that ran away. From that moment, Winterbank's pawnbrokery became a crime scene. Everything that followed happened in a whirlwind of activity. The arrival of the police, the preliminary investigation of the scene, and the questioning. It was just before dawn, before I was allowed back to my lodgings at 221B. Sholmes! Iris!
A telegram came, but all it said was, "Wait at home."
Yes, we asked one of the policemen to have it sent. It was simply impossible to come back.
When I woke up, I was all alone. Hurley and Jeannie were gone. Everyone was gone. What happened, Runo?
Poor Iris. She's trembling. She's obviously trying very hard not to let herself get too worried.
Oh, baby girl, let me give you a hug!
I'll explain everything that I know.
Something awful has happened, hasn't it?
Yes, I'm afraid so. Also, Susato has to go somewhere this morning, right? Is that where she is right now?
Gina, you fucking idiot.
I'm sorry to have to tell you this, but Mr. Windibank is dead. He was shot. We discovered it in the early hours of the morning.
Oh, yes, I had a feeling.
You did?
Well, I saw all those police carriages pulling up outside his shop, so I knew something must have happened there.
When we entered Windibank's in the small hours, we disturbed a gang of 2 thugs. They ran out into the street, and I chased after them, but they got away.
So, it was one of them who shot old Mr. Windibanks, I suppose.
I don't know, but that's not what the police believe at the moment.
Oh, why not?
They've arrested someone else as their prime suspect, you see. Gina.
Ginny! But why?
Well, the thing is...
No! Ginny wouldn't do something like that!
I know. None of us think that she did it.
Then why have they arrested her?
I'm sorry. There was nothing I could do. I guess I'm going in a different order.
I don't understand why they arrested Ginny. It's not fair. What about the 2 thugs around the scene? Why aren't they the prime suspects? After all, they shot Helly dead, didn't they?
Whoa! No, I mean, sure, Mr. Sholmes isn't dead, Iris.
It's all so horrible.
The thing is, Mr. Windibanks was found on the floor in the storeroom where he keeps all the deposited articles. And the storeroom door was locked from the inside.
I see.
But he wasn't alone in there. Gina was found next to him on the floor as well.
Oh no!
And according to the detective who investigated afterwards...
Don't tell me there was no one else in the room?
Yes, exactly. How did you know?
It's the only explanation.
Yes, the only explanation indeed.
What do you mean by that, Uno? Well?
What can I say? I'm damned if I agreed, damned if I don't.
So where's Helly then? Is he still here investigating the scene?
Yeah, I think I went out of order. They really should have, maybe not, whatever.
He really ought to have some breakfast. It's not good for him to miss meals.
I don't want you to worry, Iris, but I have some news about Mr. Sholmes. He was taken to the hospital this morning.
What?
When we entered Windibanks, a gun was fired, and he took a bullet.
Helly was shot? No!
It's alright, his life isn't in danger.
Really? Are you sure? Where is he? Which hospital?
He's at St. Signers. They're tending to him there. Sinners? I don't know.
I must see him at once.
I'm sorry, Iris, but you can't.
Why not? That's not fair. I'm a family member. I should be allowed.
No, I mean, nobody can see him at the moment. He's not allowed any visitors. They're preparing to operate, you see.
To operate?
Isn't she a doctor of medicine? Or she has a doctorate? Can't she do something? I don't know, maybe she's not.
Oh, poor Hurley.
Poor Hurley? It was the 2 thugs who were in Mr. Windibank's shop. They shot Mr. Sholmes when we disturbed them, you see. It was pitch black inside the shop at the time. My mind went totally blank, I'm afraid. I just froze. After them! Go! After that, I ran out into the street, but, well, they were long gone. I shouldn't have hesitated. I'm so sorry. It's my fault. I let them get away. It's like you would have been able to stop 2 guys. It's okay, buddy.
I think that's a very good thing.
Sorry?
Well, if you've seen which way they went and chased after them. You might have been shot as well, you know. On top of everything else, I couldn't bear that.
Oh, Iris. Why is she such a good kid? Oh.
Where's Susie, Runo?
She's still at the police station.
Oh, why?
I expect she's still being questioned. The police said they wouldn't be finished for a while.
Why aren't you there then?
Well, I didn't get a good look at the criminals anyway, so they weren't questioning me for long. And Mrs. Sato stayed behind at the scene to tend to Mr. Sholmes, so they didn't get started until later.
I see.
Besides, one of us has to come back to be with Iris. I'm glad Inspector Gregson agreed to let me leave early.
You should have let me know, and I would have come to the station.
Nobody. Oh, this sucks. I'm afraid I'll need to go out again now, Iris. There's not much I can do at the moment, but I can at least try to find out how Mr. Sholmes and Gina are getting on.
I want to go too. Take me with you, Runo. I can't stand just sitting around here waiting.
I'm not sure how I feel about taking a 10-year-old child to the scene of the murder. It's okay. Not back in your day, sorry. In the future, your fucking ancestor's gonna take an 8-year-old child around with him, so you'll be fine. But I don't want to leave her all alone here either. Alright then, Iris. Perhaps you can help me.
Oh yes, I'd love to.
Gina's at the prison. Mr. Sholmes is probably in his hospital bed.
And don't forget we have to visit the crime scene. We need to conduct a thorough investigation.
Ah, I can see you're ready for action. I imagine Iris would appreciate going to the hospital sooner rather than later. Yeah, I want to go to the hospital too. Let's go. Let's fucking go.
I love attic rooms, don't you? They're so exciting. It's always been quiet when Hurley's not around. You haven't been to this place yet. Don't forget to take me when you go. This place feels different to normal today for some reason. You know, I think a visit to this place would be a good idea.
Sorry, I just wanted to read all this stuff. Okay, we're going to the hospital. Gosh, there's so much happening. Oh, that's a shitty looking fucking bed. Look how thin that mattress is. It's as thin as my mattress.
Ellie! He's not here.
No, that's strange. The nurse definitely said he was in the bed by the window, didn't she? He's probably hanging out somewhere. He's probably behind that curtain on the left.
Oh, I know what's probably happened. Hurley was being a big baby, and the bullet wound wasn't so bad after all, so you've been sent home.
I'm not so sure about that. Baby or not. There's no question that it was a fairly serious injury that Mr. Sholmes suffered.
Oh.
Hello, what have we here? Who's this? You. This ward is off limits, no visiting. What are you doing here, eh?
Well, I'll have you know, we're Hurley's next of kin.
Eh? Oh, we're begging your pardon then, ma'am, sir. A little lady and a curious Eastern gentleman. The great mystery solver is a mysterious family, eh? If that's how you see us, sure.
Where is he, Constable? Where's Hurley?
I believe he currently in Operation Theater, ma'am. Undergoing an extensive operation.
Extensive?
It has been several hours since he went in.
Oh dear. Is he going to be alright?
Well, it doesn't appear to be working, see. The anesthetic, that is.
Oh!
I have heard a report that the gentleman claims he may have a little too much to drink last night. Coffee, that is. Anyway, I think it'd be fair to assume that he won't be back for several hours yet. I see. Thank you, Constable. Perhaps we should leave and come back later.
Oh, poor Hurley.
That happens? If you have too much coffee and you go and undergo an operation and you can't, the anesthetics will knock you out? Is that how it works? Why did the fucking nurse tell us that his bed is by the window then if he's not even here? This must be Mr. Sholmes' bed.
Poor Hurley.
I know. It looks as stiff as a board, doesn't it?
Oh, I don't think that will bother him.
No?
I'll have to find him asleep face down on the floor, completely dead to the world.
I think I'd call the police if I discovered someone like that. Is there anything else to... Oh, I can move over. Crutches. I wonder what these are. Do you have any idea, Iris?
Oh, haven't you ever seen crutches before? Let me explain. They're for people with leg injuries. To help them walk. You hold one under each arm, you see.
Ah, right. I thought they were weapons of some sort.
Why would there be weapons in a hospital?
I thought maybe a fighter had been injured in a battle contest and been brought here along with his weapons.
That's surprisingly plausible.
Stupid. Alright, I don't think there's anything else. I'll leave then. Why'd you say fucking go sooner the better then if we can't fucking even go? I mean, if he's not even there. Oh, she still has those things on her. Gina, you tit. Hello, Gina. Why do you still have that? Why do you have that in your possession? They should have confiscated that. And why are you gonna shoot me?
Oh, you still have the grenade launcher Hurley and I made.
I wish you wouldn't point it at me all the time, though. What are you doing here for? What are you here for? Whatever.
Ginny.
I have a feeling it's because of us that you'd ended up in trouble. So we were thinking that we might be able to help you. Well, you can't. Sorry? You heard? Get lost!
Don't be like that, Ginny. I know you didn't do it. You'd never shoot someone. I just know you wouldn't.
You think you know me? Pull the other one. Other what?
Oh,
You ain't got the first idea about the likes of me. I'm a thief. I pinch people's purses when they're walking down the street. That's how I get by. Well, her voice is completely different. And if I saw me chance, I'd sneak into a pawn shop any day all week. Why you gotta act like this? Just to see what I can lay me hands on. Get it? That's the kind of person I am.
but Ginny,
I'll be in court tomorrow, they say. Some cove came by before and said he'd be a lawyer for me or the like. Said it was my right or something. But I told him to get stuff. I don't need no lawyer. I don't need no one. She couldn't be staring at me any more obviously if she tried.
why are you being like this, Ginny?
It's either to try to protect us or she's just being a fucking idiot. Probably both. I don't understand, Gina. Why did you send the public defender away? They want me to sign some papers. Representation papers or something like that. It's all gonna be rigged anyway. The whole trial. They'll pin on me because I'm a kid. That's what grown-ups always do.
Why do you think that?
Cause that's how it's always been for me, growing up in the back slums. Me whole life. If you do what the grown-ups tell you, it'll get your mates dragged off by the coppers. Or worse. I've had it up into me before and all. Been sold out and nearly snaffled on the back of it. Whatever. You can't trust no one. That's the point. Soon as you do, you're gone to grass, dead. Gina, listen. If you'd like, in tomorrow's trial, I could forget!
Ginny! Don't you trust Runo?
Nah, I don't. Look, I'll ask you nicely now. Just leave me alone. Man, you so rude. Will you tell us what happened, Gina? Last night, at the pawnbrokers. There's nothing to tell. I figured it paid me, so I broke into the place and started going through the storeroom. But the old bloke walked in on me and you know the rest.
But why? Ginny, why would you do that?
Ain't it obvious? The place is full of stuff I could sell for a shilling or two. Diving ain't easy, you know. It's a lot of work, and half the time you don't even get nothing. Is that really why you broke into the place? What? Are you sure? The true reason wasn't something else. Oh, give it a rest! What'd be the point anyway, eh? Nothing I could say would make the blind beetle difference. Oh, god damn.
Please tell us, Ginny. We'll believe you, whatever it is.
Believe me? Don't be daft. You can't believe nothing. Everyone lies all the time. And you know what? When it comes to lies, I'm the biggest of lot. I've told some unforgivable lies, I've Whatever.
What do you mean by that? What unforgivable lies?
She's so annoying, Gina. Just fucking talk to us, goddamn. What did you mean before, Gina? When you said you were the biggest liar of the lot? Why don't you tell us what these unforgivable lies you've told are? Maybe we can help.
Sorry. We're out of time. They're gonna wanna question me now. Ginny, please.
Oh, yeah. I wanted to give you this. Something to remember me by. A cat? Oh, it's a white kitty. Next to the snowman. That's where the crime scene happened. The crime from the last case. I already forget it. The one where the lady died, getting stabbed in the back. But whatever. A photographic print of a really adorable cat. Oh, there must be a note on the back of it.
I found it in one of the pockets of this coat. Ain't no point in me having it.
Oh, I thought this was a picture that was on the table.
I wonder what a little photograph like that was doing in the pocket of that overcoat.
I don't have it on me yet.
Anyway, don't bother coming again. Bye. Oh, Ginny.
Oh, there it goes. The white cat photograph is entered in a court record. Let's examine it. Date deposited 13th February 9 p.m. Article deposited 1 small box. Loan amount 10 shillings. Redemption deadline 13th of April, which is a few days ago. What is this? What is this stamp? Is that the pawnbroker stamp? What does this say? Fuile? Auturus? Puril? No idea what the fuck that says. Look on the back of those prints here. There's something written on it. I can't fucking read it.
13th February, 9 p.m. Article deposited, 1 small box. Loan amount paid, 10 shillings. Redemption deadline, 13th April, 9 p.m.
So this photographic print is a redemption ticket?
13th February. That could be significant. It was just 2 days before the murder on the omnibus, wasn't it?
A small box. That doesn't tell us much about it, does it?
No. If Mr. McGilden still had the ticket, then presumably he never redeemed the article. So do you think that box might still be present somewhere in the shop?
Yes. If it's something McGilden deposited, we need to investigate. Okay. I was just trying to read what the top said. What the hell is this? They didn't even mention anything about it. This is an adorable little cat. I think it looks a little like Wagahai. I always thought that cats like to curl up under the heated kotatsu blanket when it snowed. Maybe British cats are different. Yeah, it's weird that he's just sitting there posing. You really don't want me to help you, fam? What if I give you my armband? Would you have a look at... that's strange. Where's my armband gone?
What's the problem? Something wrong? Don't suppose. You're looking for this?
Yes! But how? And when? And how again?
I got a talent for it, haven't I? Diving.
That's bordering on black magic. And it makes what I was about to say about my armband seem a little... dull.
So, what do you want to tell me about then?
Nothing. I was gonna ask if you sure you want it. Okay, I guess you don't. I guess I'm done with you. Bye. Where am I going then? Can we go to the scene of the crime? Whoa, 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 he's fucking walking. Whoa, that's fucked up.
This is where it happened then, last night.
That's right. The 2 thugs I told you about were obviously ransacking the place, looking for valuables.
But, apart from the policeman in here, you wouldn't know anything bad happened. There's no sign of a disturbance.
No, you're right about that actually.
In fact, if anyone, it's the police who seem to be the ones doing the ransacking.
I know what you mean. They're like a gang of organized criminals, all dressed in black. Oi, I heard that. Is that Gregson? It is. Luigi! Mario! Oh, Inspector. Good morning. Mario! I suppose I ought to thank you for your vigilance last night. We got to the scene before it was disturbed, at least. Shame you let the two rogues get away, mind. Yes, I'm sorry about that.
I thought you'd assign extra men to the beat around here, Gregsy. Now look what's happened. Hurley's been injured because there weren't enough police on duty.
Okay, that fucking startled me because I had the Joy-Con fucking pressed against my nether region and I felt a vibrate and I got startled. I'm like, let me not put that near me. Mario, your ladyship! No one told me you were coming! I don't remember his voice anymore.
I expect you to take full responsibility for what happened to Hurley and see he has the very best medical care.
Of course, your ladyship. The very best doctors in the capital are tending to him as we speak.
And I don't think it's Runo's fault that the rogues managed to get away, is it? Chasing criminals is the police's job.
Absolutely, your ladyship. Mario, as you say, ma'am, as you say. I can't do it. I don't know. Whatever. The gents in black is totally blameless. Everyone's in agreement about that. Would you believe it? He's like a completely different person with Iris. Talk about a personality change. Oh, where are me manners? Are you thirsty, your ladyship? Perhaps you'd like some juice? What? I don't like it when he's like this. I don't like it when he's like this. Mario, perhaps you'd like some juice, some nice refreshing fruit juice?
Oh, why? Are you thirsty, Gregsy? I have some of my special herbal tea with me, if you'd like some.
Whoa, they have fucking thermal canisters here? Oh, what? Where'd this come from? Glug, 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 glug. Ah, lovely. Very much. That really hit the spot, your ladyship. I don't even recognize him like this. It's true, I don't like it at all. Go back to your fish and chips, bro. Thank you. Okay, so before we talk to him... Now that I'm looking at this dog, it kind of sometimes looks like the fucking Scream painting. The one that goes like... or whatever. And I don't like that. So... How do I do anything? So one thing. This guy is clearly staring at this calendar that has a bullet in it. Now this was here before Sholmes was shot. So I feel like this has to be a different...
Alright then, let's see what we can uncover.
Oi, what do you think you're doing, Sunshine? What's your voice? Luigi, Mario. Oi, what do you think you're doing, Sunshine? You can't touch anything in there. Oh, but we were hoping to investigate. This is a crime scene, for Pete's sake. No touching.
What's the problem, Gregsy? Bruno's a lawyer, you know that.
Oh, I'm ever so sorry, your ladyship. Ever so sorry. The rules and regulations are thrown on my side. Of course, if it's not how it was to be properly appointed by the accused, that'd be another matter. The accused? If you could show me some representation papers, I'd be only happy to let you know the round. Ah, fuck.
Did you hear that, Bruno? You need Ginny to sign some representation papers.
It looks like presenting the detective here with the correct paperwork is the only way. Well, she won't give it to me because she doesn't want me. I guess if I can't examine, I'll just talk to him then. So, how is the investigation going, Inspector? Mario, nothing to it really. Very simple case this. There's some very definitive evidence. We're just about to charge that diver we arrested last night, in fact. Gina, you're going to charge her? That's right. Should be able to bring her before the judge at the Bailey tomorrow.
Definitive evidence, you say? What is it? Come on, show me.
Your ladyship, as much as I wish I could oblige you, I'm afraid...
Ah, I see. You've already captured the pair of thugs who broke in here last night, have you?
What the?
And you're going to put them on the stand as witnesses, are you?
How could you? No! How could you possibly know that?
I had a feeling, that's all.
Remind me never to try to keep a secret from Iris. So you've arrested the two men who shot Mr. Sholmes, have you? Well, yes. They were rounded up pretty quickly by the lads on the beat. And Miss Lestrade, is being held at the prison. Yeah, we saw her there, you idiot. She should be. That's assuming she hasn't lifted a key from the jailer, of course. We saw her, you dumbass. Did I do things out of order? I must have. Can you tell us anything about Mr. Sholmes? What's his condition? Sorry, I'm not at liberty to divulge that information. Scotland Yard matters are strictly confidential.
Well, I know he's being operated on at St. Sinners. Why can't I see him? I'm family, you know.
I'm terribly sorry, your ladyship. It's the hospital policy. No visit at all. But we were just there.
Oh!
The bullet must have hit an artery in his midriff. He's lost a fair bit of blood.
Oh no!
He didn't seem too bad in the first hour or so. But a hemorrhage like that is enough to make even one and only Sholmes pipe down. Mr. Sholmes is human like the rest of us, you know. Well, anyway, he's having an emergency surgery right now. They've got to stop that bleeding.
But he will be alright, won't he? They'll be able to make him better?
Of course, your ladyship. He'll be right as rain before you know it.
Really? How do you know?
How do I know? Well, because, of course, yes, because Mr. Sholmes is such a great detective, that's why. We better pray the doctors have a better grasp of what's needed to make someone well again.
Oh dear, please don't die, Hurley.
He can't die. I'll report to your ladyship the moment I hear he's out of the operating theater. Well then. I couldn't help noticing, Inspector. What? Out with it, sunshine. Well, there seems to be a marked difference between the way you talk to me and Iris. Watch the sauce, Sonny. I'm a copper. We don't go in for favoritism.
But he's right. You do treat us very differently.
It's cause of those Adventures of Herlock Sholmes stories. That's why. Oh. I crop up in, don't I? Inspector Tobias Gregson.
Oh, well yes, because you're an acquaintance of Hurley's.
What did you write about the inspector, Iris?
I don't remember really.
It was one of Sholmes' lines. Gregson is the smartest of the Scotland Yarders, is how he put it.
Oh, did I write that?
And you know what that one line did for me, eh? That very next month, my pay doubled. Doubled, I tell you. Oh, good for you. Oh, that's amazing. All because everyone at the yard reads them. They read all the Herlock Sholmes stories. They've even set up a fan club for me.
Of course, that explains everything. It was around that time that you became such a toady to me.
Can you blame me? All it takes is one bad word from you and Sholmes could change his tune about me. Gregson? No, the great detective will say. He's getting quite overrated these days. Think what would happen to my salary if that came out in print, eh? The whole thing gives me the willies. I can't tell you how many nights of sleep I've lost to worrying about it.
But that would never happen, Gregsy.
Every month when the new Rants magazine comes out, my hands are troubling as I turn the pages.
Oh, how awful for you. Here, have some of my tea to settle your nerves.
Glug, 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 glug. Ah, lovely. Very much. That really hits the spot, your ladyship. Teetotal. What? Oh, yeah. There's something I was supposed to talk to you about actually, Miss Naruhodo. Yes? What is it? I've got an important message for you. I clean forgot about it until now. An important message? I wonder what it could be. Important message. Are you going to tell me what this important message is then, Inspector? Yeah, it's about that young lady who's normally by your side, your assistant.
Dear Susie, is she alright?
She's at the station, isn't she? Being questioned, I believe. Nope, not anymore. She's had to head off. Head off? Where? To Lord Strongheart's office, of course. He summoned her. Yes, of course. I'd forgotten about that. One of the whipstocks took her there in the yard carriage after we finished questioning her. But she asked us to tell you she didn't have the fare for the return journey and to go meet her there. You're not gonna drive her back? She got nerve using Scotland Yard as a Blue Int messaging service. I see. Well, thank you for passing that on, Inspector.
Why does Susie have to go and see the Lord Chief Justice?
She didn't tell me. But I'd better head over to the Lord Chief Justice's office to fetch her straight away. You would think that they would give her a ride back after they went to the trouble of fucking bringing her over there. That seems rude. Where is he? Give me my girl back. You fucking stinking hoe.